Hey, everybody, this is Walt Blackman, and welcome to another episode of the America First Brothers. I forgot about, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man.
Forget where you're at.
I got my brother Dave here. You want to go ahead and tell everybody what's on that shirt?
Yeah, see, what's on this shirt? A nation of sheep breeds a government of wolves.
Woo! Fire, dude. Remember the Ohio players?
Yes, I remember.
The Ohio players, man. You know,
hey, you're starting to date us, okay?
No, I mean, I heard it on a oldies but goodie.
Yeah.
Fire. That's the national debt. Fire. That's what we're going to be talking about today, everybody, the national debt. And the national debt, if you look at it, it'll scare you. It's over $30 trillion right now.
Yeah.
6 months ago, it was at $23 trillion. It's over $30 trillion, and it keeps climbing.
But again, I don't know if it's passed yet. I think it has. That $1.9 trillion bill.
Gonna add to it.
Yeah, infrastructure bill.
I want to do my part and add to the debt. I mean, so here's the problem. We are spending more money than money coming in. When we're talking about the U.S. federal tax revenue that comes in every year, $4.1 trillion comes in. That's what we're at right now. But however, we're pushing out $30 trillion of debt right now. That's what we have. And if you dig into it, we just don't hold our own debt. It's not like you got your credit card and it's yours, right? Your credit card bill ain't none of mine, and mine is none of yours. You don't want none of mine because Christy like to spend. You'll be like, hey, slow down. However, for our national debt, over $30 trillion, when we're looking at who actually has that debt, who we owe money to, and 45% of our debt is owned by China and Japan. I think it's 17.2 to China, and Japan is it's somewhere in there. So imagine China. We owe money to China. It's like you owing money to the mob.
Let me paint you a picture, though. Could you imagine China calling his note due? Oh, we're going to foreclose on 2/3 of your country?
We want our money now.
Yeah.
You imagine that coming in.
They did that to an African country.
Yeah. Why got to be African?
I don't know why I was African.
Why African?
I just saw this a few weeks ago, and they took away their international airport, and the debt wasn't even due yet.
Yeah.
But they confiscated their airport.
Yeah. But you want to know why they will not call in the debt for our country?
Because we keep building.
We keep building. Number one, if we call in our debt, then their exchange begins to drop. Their yen is going to be compared to the dollar. And then when it's compared to the dollar, they're going to lose more money. That's why they don't mind carrying this debt for us. However, the danger is we're just going to call our debts. And we couldn't pay it anyway.
No.
A majority of our debt is owned by China and Japan, okay? And that'd be just like me calling you saying, hey, I want my money back. And you say, it's in the mail, dog.
Who is you?
Who is this? No. Walt don't live here.
No, David died a week ago.
I know. No, he doesn't live here anymore. I don't know. He didn't say nothing about nothing. But that'd be the same thing. We don't have the money. We're not producing enough revenues for it to go in for that. Now, when we're talking about taxes, per person, per citizen in the United States is over $12,000 that's going towards the revenue, the tax revenue that is accumulated, that 4.1. However, again, you look at it, over $30 trillion. We have in debt per taxpayer, that's over $242,000.
Every taxpayer would owe.
You owe $242,000.
That's every taxpayer
to the government.
But every citizen, $91,000.
I want to be in that latter category because I ain't got $242,000, Uncle Sam. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I ain't got two nickels rubbed together, brother.
I got like a quarter. No, I got. Oh no, I got. Let me see. I got 10.
You had
15. I got $15, and I owe how much? $242.
I just paid my debt back. I gave you money,
well, that's,
man.
Hey, that's what the left does.
That's it, man.
They take your money. Yeah, they take your money and say, "Oh, we don't have to worry about taxpayer consumption and paying bills." So the deal is, it's a national security issue when we owe this much money, particularly the 45% to Japan and China. How do we get past that?
Stop spending.
Thank you. And you didn't even elections weren't even not till August, but you know that.
Yeah, and I only went to the third grade.
Exactly. If we want to cut our debt, if we want to cut spending, we need to cut spending. I'm just saying.
Or do you want to cut our debt? We need to cut spending.
Yeah.
Not, if you want to cut spending, you need to cut spending.
You need to stop spending. Stop spending.
Well, the U.S. federal debt to GDP ratio in 1960 was 53.01%.
Ooh.
Today, it is 125.57%.
That's like getting that bad news on the phone. You got 2 hours to pay your light bill. You got 2 hours. I ain't got it, dog.
Well, what now? Think about this. Inflation was 8.5% right now.
Yeah,
8.5%, and basically the only reason I believe that we're at 8.5% is because of uncontrolled spending.
Yep.
For the past 2 years.
Yep.
And it increases. Just here, a few weeks ago, the $1.9 trillion infrastructure bill.
Yes.
Which is like, I can't remember if it was 2,700 pages or 27. No, I think it was 2,700 pages. Mm-hmm. Who's going to read that and dissect that in a day or two?
I think it was a day. They gave him a day. I think they gave him a day. And that, first of all, that's criminal, I think. I'm not saying the people who voted for it are criminal. I'm saying it's criminal to come up to somebody and give them whatever, however much it is that you need to read this. You got 24 hours to read it and understand it and digest it.
Or a few years ago, here's the budget, sign it and read it, pass it, and then read it.
Yeah,
who in their right mind, a sitting congressman or senator, would do that, but they did.
Yep. So this is my plan for that when I get to Congress, and I'm sure you're going to have your own plan when you get to the Arizona House. If I get a bill in the middle of the night that's like this, that involves money, I'm a no automatically. Because I don't know what's in it.
That's right.
I don't know what's in it. And if I can't have the staff and myself digest that thing and go through it and find out where the pitfalls are, I'm a no. And I'm just going to say it right now, because some of the bills may have something good in them. And that's the problem with having pork bills.
Yeah.
Okay. However.
And this bill is a pork bill.
Exactly. However, if somebody brings a representative a bill as they are walking to the floor, I think the automatic solution is just to vote no. Because it's easier to defend that than it is, everybody else voted yes. And it doesn't matter what side it's on, because I know we're going to have control of the House. And I know our caucus in the House and the U.S. Congress, they're going to do stuff like that. Because both sides, I'm going to be a no. I'm going to be a no, because I don't know how that's going to hurt us. And on a state level, that's more important. That's really important, when you're down there, because you'll walk onto the floor and there's a bill sitting on your desk. You're like, whoa, what's this? Don't worry about it, dog. Just vote yes.
Just vote yes.
Just vote yes. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Dog. Don't read it. You be trying to read it. No, don't read it. Don't read it. You good. Don't read it. Just vote yes. Vote your conscience. Yeah, my conscience says no. So that's what I'm going to do.
Well, did you see the article? It was last week. Marjorie Taylor? Marjorie Taylor Greene? She sent out a live stream that the Rules Committee met. Pelosi set it up for the Rules Committee to meet at 1:30 a.m. in the morning without notifying any Republicans.
Shut the front door. Are you kidding me?
Seriously, this comes from her. It was on Twitter.
Jeez.
And she did a recording. She goes, "This is illegal. They voted for the infrastructure, $1.9 trillion plan.
They did it without the Republicans.
Where they can make amendments, where they can debate it. Nothing, no chance at all. And they passed it at 2:30 a.m.
So usually when you have a committee, there is a deadline. This is in the Arizona House. Usually when you have a committee, or if you're going to have a meeting, a new meeting or what have you, that committee meeting has to be pre-scheduled. It has to go somewhere where it's public notice, it's pre-scheduled, and the agenda has a deadline. You can't put in we're talking crazy house right now. With with the left running the U.S. House of Representatives. But in the Arizona House, they can't just do that. It's a notice that there's going to be a committee meeting and there's a deadline to put a bill on there, and then everybody knows what bills are going to be heard. However, the chair can take off a bill, but they can't add a bill. So it sounds like in D.C. that they don't have to give notice, and they can add a bill to the agenda in the 12th hour, actually 1:15 a.m. And that is criminal.
That is criminal. 1:30 in the morning.
I wonder who voted for that one.
Yeah, matter of fact, if you can pull up her Twitter page, it's on there.
And it's her committee. She was on that committee.
Yes.
And she was at home. She was at home.
1:30 in the morning, sleeping.
And they gave her a call.
They didn't give her a call. She found out when she came in the next day.
Woo!
No, Pelosi set it up for all the Dems to show up for the Rules meeting committee.
Yeah,
Rules committee, and it was only Democrats. Not one Republican was notified, according to Marjorie Greene. And then she heard about the morning. Then she went live and she was rebuking them.
Nancy's just off. She's just wilding out. She, you ever you see them people that have a job and they know they're gonna get fired, so they just start acting crazy. Nancy knows that the house gonna split. She already knows. I'm just gonna act crazy. Hey, we got a meeting tonight at 1 a.m.
Well, you think about it. This past year and a half, since Biden's been in office, they have been pushing and pushing and pushing their socialistic agenda, spending money like it's crazy because they know that time was short.
Oh yeah, why not? Let's just spend it because we know we're not going to be in power. Now here's the deal. We already know that the Democrats up there are terrible. They're terrible with managing money. They're terrible on their ratings. I think Biden's dipping down like 20-something% for favorability. Their foreign policy is broken. Just everything about the Democrat Party and the U.S. House of Representatives is broken. It is broken. Now, we're going to win the House back, and we may win the Senate, okay? That doesn't mean that we can just sit on our laurels and do nothing or do more of the same. And that's my fear. We win the House back by overwhelming majority. We have a supermajority in the House because of what's going on. It's a midterm and what's been going on with the country. And then we're up there and we do the same darn thing. There's a bunch of excuses of why we are not doing the right thing. The right thing is, number one, cut spending. We need to reduce this debt. That's the right thing.
Yes.
We need to restore the might and the power of our military. We need to do that. And then we need to, all these bills that have come out since they have taken over, like this infrastructure bill and some crazy stuff that's come out, we need to repeal those. And then we need to make sure that Title 42, I know we're talking about the budget today, Title 42 is not repealed, okay, and that's President Trump's border deal.
Yes.
Because it's not, when we're talking about the budget, Title 42 is not just going to affect those people coming over the border. It's a money thing. Think about how much money we're going to have to pay now into Medicaid and Social Security and these other bills.
Well, especially you're talking about the communities.
Oh,
Phoenix area, Maricopa,
they're going to be hit with it.
Everybody, their social programs will be crushed.
Yeah.
Crushed.
Yeah.
And you know what it comes down to? Then you need to go to the federal government and ask for help.
Ask for help. Now, so when we're talking about the debt, my deal is I talk a lot about Social Security when I'm on the trail. So right now, the Social Security liability is $21 trillion plus. So that tells you right there that we don't have money to pay out to Social Security. We really don't. I mean, because that is the liability. However, Social Security is in one of our top 3 spending when we're talking about how much we spend for Social Security. So $1.1 trillion right now in the Social Security account. $1.1 trillion. Okay, liability I told you is $21 trillion. So here's the deal with this. I think that you paid your Social Security, you paid into your account because you paying it your whole life, yes. And you have an account. You can actually pull it up and see how much money you would get for Social Security once you reach that age. I think that an American who has paid their taxes, paid into this craziness, this national debt craziness, can take their money and invest it where they want to.
You should be able to.
Yeah, because it's already because the money is already. I mean, we already have that liability of $21 trillion. Okay, so and I think you worked for it. It's your money. You should be able to do it. Now the other side will say, well, you do that, then we won't have money for Social Security. Here's the deal: if you want to take your money out and you invest it in something else, you no longer are eligible for the Social Security pot because you've taken your money out and you invested it. If you want to keep your money in the Social Security pot and take that chance that you'll get like $15 when you get ready to draw it, then that's your decision. But I think they should have those types of options for Americans because I mean, come on, I can spend my money better than the federal government.
I think anybody can.
Yeah.
But you were talking about Social Security, though. Think about Social Security. Social Security has been used as a bank for the government as well. They just take money as they please to pay Peter, to pay Paul.
Exactly. And they're paying the other 2 large largest budget items. Budget. Yeah, they butted it. Yeah.
That's our Ebonics
for the day. So the 3 largest budget items in our country right now is Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, and defense. Okay, there is a debt interest on that of over $430 trillion. So the problem with that is, again, we are spending more money than we are putting in. Now imagine if those folks took that Social Security, their Social Security money out, and they are getting that high yield interest or what have you. I'm not a investment guy. The taxes from that go back into the federal pot. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we can reduce some of our debt by doing smart things within our government, by giving people choices on how they spend their money or where they spend their money. We can also reduce some of our Medicaid, Medicare debt by allowing you to pick your doctor. Because if it's competitive, you got 2 doctors and one doctor, and they're competitive, and then Dr. A is terrible, Dr. B is really good. You're going to go to Dr. B, and then if they have good prices, that's going to drive down premiums. And then when we drive down premiums, whammo, we lose that interest debt on the 3 largest items that the budget dollars go to. Now I can figure that out. But we got people been up there for 30 years can't figure that out. Now, I don't know how does that work? You on a job for 30 years. Your job is to put eggs into the carton. But it took you 30 years to figure that out? Man, we'd be fired, man. Think about it. Think if this was a business. So if you don't want to know what we're looking at, you can go to usdebtclock.org. That's usdebtclock.org. You can go to that and it shows you. I mean, there's a lot of red. There's a lot of red on this chart, and there's a little bit of green. Okay. However, these people that have been up in office for years and years and years and years and years, I mean, they have to be able to see the same thing that we see, especially. Yeah, they have to.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But they don't care. They don't care.
No, they don't care. They just.
How do we solve this? Let's raise taxes.
Let's raise taxes and let's spend and let's move this debt to the American taxpayers. And they've done that for years. I think the last time that we've had we had a surplus in this country was during the Clinton administration. I don't know how, You know, well, he wasn't at work a lot. He was out eating hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff like that. However, state governments, the House and the Senate and our chambers, it's a constitutional requirement that we balance the budget.
Yeah.
It's so and I got it. Some people say, "Well, the U.S. budget is a lot bigger than the." Yeah. Everybody knows that. However, if a state has that constitutional requirement to do that, and we can't make more money as a state, we get $11 billion. You better balance $11 billion. Okay. The federal government, they don't have enough money. They just call over to the Treasury Department and say, hey, I need about 50 trillion. 55 trillion. Can you print that today by 5 o'clock?
Well, you think about it. If you gave every household a money making machine, okay, print your own money.
Don't give me one of those.
Well, I'm just saying. Think about this. To print your own money, they could not spend as much money as our government spending.
No.
No, I'm looking at here.
You're looking at it. Look at that number right there.
Well, I'm looking at the unfunded debt and interest.
Oh yeah.
The U.S. total debt, $89 trillion, $838 billion, $280 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and according to, and then this thing drills down to state. It has state debt per citizen, $3,000. We're in the negative. Local debt. I mean, it lays it all out. You know, the GDP, and it is just looking at these numbers. I would say, oh my goodness, and it just keeps clicking.
Yeah, nonstop.
It's nonstop.
Going.
It just keeps going. I mean, we're sitting there. Imagine if that was money coming into your bank just like that. You look at it, this is your bank account.
I wouldn't be sitting here doing this show.
I sure wouldn't be doing this show either.
I'd be on the beach somewhere.
If that was my money coming in, man, I'd be like, yeah, okay. No, we've been talking here for about 30 minutes probably about the U.S. debt. And I've been keeping a clock in my head about how much money has accrued with this. So every minute we spend or we go 100,000. 100,000. Is it right there?
Arizona.
Let's look at Arizona. Okay, so Arizona. I need my spectacles. Arizona population is 6.9 million. We have 181 unemployed, and food stamps we're in the negative 811,
yep.
And our GDP is at 407. The debt, though, the spending, we are spending pretty rapidly here also.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Was it 71 billion?
Yeah.
333 million.
Yeah.
We're spending, and that clock is moving too.
Yeah. And we are spending, and this is every state now.
Yes.
We are spending, because if the national debt is doing that, the state debts are doing that, we are spending more money than we are bringing in at an alarming rate. It's a clear and present danger. We owe other countries money. Other countries own our land, some pieces of our land.
Yeah, they do.
And how you're going to be in this as a state representative. What ideals do you have to try to you're not, I don't know if you're going to be able to fix that, but to kind of slow that clock down. But some of the, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, geez. That's all you can do, man.
I know.
That's all you can do.
I'm looking at this here. Debt per citizen, $6,100 each citizen would have to pay to
clear it up.
Clear the debt.
Now, I already told you all I got is $15. So at least I got more than you.
It's a start.
I got more than you. I got more than you.
But look at
Now
that.
let's see this. The debt per person for the country.
Okay, right
for
at the top. Per citizen, $91,000.
Ooh, somebody just slapped
$91,300 per citizen.
Per citizen.
But per taxpayer, $242,500.
Yep. Now, there are a lot of ways we can start to crunch down on some of these debts. Now, the left does that. They want to wipe away all student loans. Why you look at me like that, though?
Well, it's like, we're still going to pay for that.
You paying for it. Me, probably Mr. Beard. He might be paying for some of it. over $39 billion in student debt. $39 billion across the country. Now I don't know how much that is per
I
state.
think it was more than that, brother.
Yeah. So is it $39 billion or $39 trillion? Because I don't have my
That
glasses.
was right here. $1,762,000,000,000.
Yes.
1 trillion.
$1 trillion for student debt. But the Biden administration wants to wipe all that out.
Yeah.
They want to just do away with it. It never happened. It never happened. Now, you know, if you decide to go to school, to college, okay, and you take out a debt to get through, that's your responsibility.
It is.
That's not my responsibility as a taxpayer to pay for your dreams. It isn't. That is the person's responsibility to take care of that debt. Now, if a person can't pay their debt because of what have you, financial hardship or they lose their job or COVID, I got that. But it still should not relieve you from that debt.
No.
You may get some relief to kind of to push them off a bit so you don't ruin your credit. But should the debt go away? Should we just wash that $1 trillion away? Because that $1 trillion needs to go back into our general fund.
You know, actually, let's clear it up a little bit here. It's more than 1 trillion. It's close to 2 trillion. 1,762,000,000. Now think about that. If they wash that debt, okay, that debt still is going to be paid.
Yeah, because we're going to pay it.
The taxpayers are going to pay that.
Taxpayers are going to pay that.
But if you look at what the left's doing, what they're doing is programming these people to trust them, to depend on them, where they will always vote for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Christmas just hit how many millions? I mean, what is it? It says here $39,647 per student to pay off that debt.
Yeah.
But if we wipe that debt out, it would be paid off by all taxpayers, and they walk scot-free with the exception of the liberals expecting them to vote for them because they did them a favor.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and that's why, we got these social programs. We got folks, food stamps and welfare and this or that. We've got a lot of people out of work. However, in Arizona, there are more jobs than there are people to fill them. So why aren't people going to work to pay their debts? Why aren't we able to do this? That personal debt is up there because of the national debt is up there. And it's because of the way the system is designed. The system is designed to keep people dependent on government. And just looking at the national debt, you can come, I come to that solution that the federal government wants Americans dependent. They want Americans to have to go to them for a loan or what have you, or clean my student debt. When it's your debt, it's your responsibility. Now, if the government gonna start doing that,
do it for all Americans.
Do it for all Americans.
Give us all a do-over.
Yeah, give us all a start because in the real world, we don't get a do-over. When APS call for their money, you understand what I'm saying? When Verizon is calling for that money,
yeah,
you don't get a do-over.
No, you don't.
You
don't. And all the money that they spend at these colleges are in my point of view, are okay. Mr. Beard just said it's a scam.
That's the first time he really said something.
He's awake now.
So what'd you say, Mr. Bill? What's a scam now? They charge the university.
Yeah.
They charge way too much because they know that when a kid gets there, that they're going to have to apply for student loans. They're going to have to apply for all these other programs that are out there.
Well, especially if you're paying teachers $1, $2, $3 million a year.
Yeah.
For what?
We're paying teachers $3 trillion.
Well, teachers, no. Some of these
you're talking about professors.
Professors.
Oh,
yes.
I thought you was talking about.
Yeah.
I said because I'd go.
No. Professors are making. No, some of these tenures are making up millions of dollars.
Exactly. So I mean, you're right. So if we continue to go down the path that we are going on, in 2026, we are going to see us up past $33 trillion in national debt. We are going to see also the per debt per citizen increase from the $6,000 all the way up to $10,000, and then per person, debt per person is going to be $118,000 per person. If we continue to go down, or not up down, but up this potential deal. Now, the debt influences inflation. Yes. And some people say, I've talked to some people, oh, how does the debt influence inflation? Well, prices go up. Prices are going to go up. When we owe more, prices are going to go up. So when we have gas prices now that are an alarming rate, I filled my truck up today, another $110 day for me. I'm just, breaking records, and I'm sure everybody else is. You got a truck. When we see that, and they say, well, how can we lower gas prices? I'll tell you how we lower gas prices. We continue to build a Keystone Pipeline. Because fuel prices drive everything. They do.
They do.
Because when you need to bring that product in, you need a truck to bring it in. When truckers have to pay more money for fuel to bring those products or those produce to other states, who do you think they're going to pass the savings to? Or they're going to pass that cost to? They're going to pass it to the consumer. Okay? When they pass it to the consumer or they pass it to the industries that are distributing the products, guess what's going to happen? It all gets passed to the consumer. It does. So if we want to cut inflation cost as it is today, it's over a 40-year high, then we need to turn the Keystone Pipeline back on because fuel drives everything. And then we need to start drilling for our own oil.
Well, was it last night? I guess Joe Biden gave the blessing to start drilling, but I don't know what that process is. Is it something they can do immediately, or is it going to happen over a period of years?
Well, I mean, when we're I'm glad you brought that up. Oil right now per barrel is like $64 per barrel or something like that. That we have to pay, that we're having to pay. Okay, now the left will drill if it's not fracking. They'll do that. However, the only way to really get to that oil, to get to that mineral down there is you have to do controlled fracking. I'm not saying I'm for fracking, but if he's going to start drilling, they need to drill the way that we can start to pull our oil out of the ground, and we can start up in Alaska. We can do that. And however, when you have an administration that is half asleep half the time, and then going to the bathroom on themselves in other countries, we are looked at, particularly when we're talking about this spending and the debt that we have, that we're out of control and we don't know what we're doing. We don't have a leader to put us back on the right footing.
Well, I'm looking too here right now at the debt clock. Looking at USA, our national debt again is $30 trillion. And you go down China. All right, we have 332 estimated million people in our nation. Mm-hmm. China has 1,500,000,000, and their national debt is 10 trillion compared to our 30 trillion. They have a lot more people to deal with, a lot more people to feed and all that. Then you go down Japan. Japan's, not that bad, 126 million, but their debt is 14 trillion. Mm-hmm. And so we are spending like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah. We need to get more like, I don't know, Turkey. Look at Turkey. Turkey they just do what they do. But you're right. We are number one in the world for the national debt. We are number one. And that right there really scares me. When we're talking about public debt, we're number one in public debt. We're number one in external debt. We're number one, and as you said, in the national debt. And then, everyone else just kind of, falls in behind us. And the two biggest countries, as I said, that we owe money to, look at where they're at on the clock there. Look at where they're at. You got the United States, you got China, and then you have Japan.
Yes.
And we owe 45% collectively to both of those countries.
And their national debt is way lower than our debt.
Yeah, yeah. So we're paying off their debt, if you look at it, if they're smart. That's probably why they're able to keep their debt so low. Because we're paying off their debt because, at least China is 17.2%. So
they need to go back to the Constitution and start
over a repeat. Is it like like Monopoly? You get to go over again. You go all the way through. Oh, I screwed that one up. Repeat.
Yeah, let's do it again. Okay.
And that's what it's like. That's what it's like. You can't do that in life, though, Dave.
But they have to go back to the basics and balance the budget every year. Stop spending. Stop spending. You can't balance if you're going to continue to spend. And spend like they have no tomorrow.
Well, according to the clock, it looks like we ain't got no tomorrow because this thing keeps going up.
I'm thinking. I don't know if this 1.9 trillion is included in this 30 trillion.
No, it's not.
Okay, so we're at 32 trillion.
Yeah, it's not.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not. It's somewhere hiding. It's hiding. It's waiting to come out and slap the crap out of us.
1:30 in the morning.
1:30.
That's when it's going to come out.
Oh, man, looks like we're just about out of time because Mr. Beard put up the 5 minute.
Did he?
Man, this dude, man, I don't. 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago.
Oh, you got the attitude over there. You got attitude.
Hey, and the first time, too, he chimed in about the schools because he's got school debt.
Now it's a problem. Now it's a problem.
Yeah. He said, I'm a conservative right now, but a little bit of me, I can do some of that debt cleaning on my part.
Yeah. That's the only time he chimed in. How many shows have we done? And then we bring up school debt. Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Don't do that. I need some of that. I need some of that now.
Uncle Joe, don't forget me.
Uncle Joe. Oh, my goodness. You know what? Hey, everybody, we appreciate you logging in to us. Again, go down there and smash that subscribe button to the America First Brothers. Dave, you got anything you want to say before we close out?
Hey, guys, protect your finances because the government's not looking out for you. You need to look out for yourself, honestly. You need to look out for your family.
Yes.
You need to be prepared for the worst. We don't know how bad it's going to get, but right now, trillions of dollars have been spent in the past year and a half. So you need to make sure that you personally and your family are taken care of.
And that's who you elect also.
Yes. And you need to get Representative Walt Blackman into Congress. You need to get him in there.
And Dave Marshall into the Arizona House for Legislative District 7 to put checks and balances.
Real quick, I know Mr. Beard's going to yell again.
Oh, he'll be all right.
But real quick, you know that the things that happen in the White House always seem to trickle down to the State House. So you just also got to make sure you're bringing in conservative, fiscally responsible representatives and senators in the State House as well.
Exactly. You hit the nail right on the head because at the State House is where the rubber meets the road and where the bills get paid.
Yes.
For the state. And really all a congressperson should be doing is protecting our citizens from this type of madness at the federal government and the 1:30 in the morning rules committee that nobody shows up to but Democrats.
Yes.
But we have to do a better job, and we have to do a better job even when we are in control. Because if we're doing the same thing, I said this over and over, and I'll say it one more time, if we are doing the same thing and playing the same record, but just on a different turntable, we are no better than this administration when it comes to responsible saving and spending and trying to knock out this national debt. We need to do it better, and we need to do it different. We need to save American taxpayers' dollars. Everybody, this is Walt Blackman.
Dave Marshall.
The America First Brothers. Tune in. Well, what are we going to be doing next week? The phone thing.
We'll be doing a podcast.
We're going to be doing a podcast. I know.
Actually, no. It'll be 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now, we're going to be doing a podcast. And real quick, I know Mr. Beard over there is ready to slap the hell out of me. Really quick. So when you got student debt, you can do that. Hey. This ain't Will Smith. I'm gonna let you know. I mean, who did he slap?
Chris Rock.
Yeah, this ain't Chris Rock sitting up here. You ain't gonna come up here and slap me.
Hey, and if you want to donate to the Mr. Beard Negro College Fund,
Negro
to help
College
him pay off
Fund.
his debt, just call us.
Yeah, just call us. So you're the college fund. So really quickly, in 2 weeks, we're going to be doing something a little differently because of the schedule. You all know that it's hit or miss. We're working really hard to be more consistent. So if we're not in the studio when we have to be doing this, we're going to be doing podcasts. So we're going to have two different platforms. We're going to be having the YouTube platform of this, and we're going to have a podcast platform where we do this on a podcast. And Mr. Beard's going to try to work it out to where you can actually call in to the show and ask those questions. Now, it's going to be pre-recorded. It's not going to be live. However, it gives people an opportunity to ask some of those questions about some of the important things we've been talking about, like, paying off Mr. Beard's debt.
Hey, thanks for tuning in with us, guys, and we look forward for the next episode.
God bless.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and let's keep America great.
Yes.